Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the WLtoys Q212 spacecraft. This is a pretty neat looking model. They've used this design before. Actually, I think it was the eSheen X4 3D that used this canopy design where it kind of looks like an angry bird, and the Andromeda Verso just recently also had it. It's a pretty cool look, makes it, look like a really fast sports car or something, and then it has this reflective sort of chrome look to it. Just all around, really neat and fast looking model. Pretty big. It's actually a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. But it flies really nice and sporty. I mean, this thing has some good pitch and nice fast yaw to it. So really sporty flyer actually. Even though it does have a HD camera and FPV, so it's sort of also an aerial video quad, and it has altitude hold, so the throttle centers itself, which is kind of weird when you're trying to like sport fly it and the throttle is centering itself and trying to auto hold its height. But I found that it works well. The height hold works well, and it flies really nice, and I didn't have any problem with it. So yeah, let's continue on. So yeah, like I said, it is 5.8 gigahertz FPV, so you've got a good fast real-time transmission of the HD camera. This has its own power source, so there is, I don't remember, it's on the bottom here. So you charge this separately, so it has its own battery, so it doesn't run off of the transmitter batteries. And there is a sun visor for that if you want that, or on a sunny day, that springs open and gives you a little shading for your screen. So like I said, it has height hold, so the throttle centers itself here. We've got rates, so pretty typical for WLtoys. It's these 4 face buttons, so your low rates, low medium, high medium, and then high rates. And then let's see, I think, no, the yaw does not change. It's the same yaw throughout all 4 rates, but it's a pretty decent yaw. And then this one here, let's see, that's right face button 2 is going to turn our LEDs on and off. And so then it does have LEDs out here on the motor pods. There you can see them. The front is white, and then the back ones flash between blue and red. So a little weird there that those change colors, but at least you got white in the front and then a different color, which is sometimes red in the back. So yeah, you can turn those on and off with the second down right face button here. And then if you press and hold that, that's going to do an auto land. So since we've got altitude hold, the motors are constantly spinning. So you have to arm and disarm them. So you can, let's see, I think I'm going to have to check this in my flight review because I'm not 100% sure. I just checked the manual and it's absolutely horrible English. So I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it's, if you hold the sticks to the outside corners, that arms it, and then to disarm it, you hold them to the inside corners. But you can press and hold this button, and it'll auto land and then shut down the motors as well. Let's see, the third button here, the manual says camera and headless, but then it also says the left bumper is camera. So I think that this is actually the camera. That makes more sense. I think this is going to operate the camera, maybe click it to take a picture and press and hold to take a video. And I think that this is, because it does not say down here one press automatic return. I think if you click this, it's probably going to do headless mode where it flies backwards, and then if you press and hold it, it's going to turn on headless mode. I'm thinking, but again, I'm going to have to verify that in my flight review because I don't know for sure, and I don't have that in my notes because I don't ever test headless mode because I hate it. Anyway, and the right bumper is flip, so you hit that and then move the right stick in whatever direction you want to flip. You can recalibrate it by holding both sticks down left and both sticks down right. One's going to be the accelerometer, the other is going to be headless mode. Let me check my notes to make sure I covered everything with the transmitter. A lot to cover there. Yes, I think so. Okay, let's move on to what it comes with. So we've got a full set of spare props. The sun shield as already showed. We've got our wall charger here that charges through the balance port. And this is our battery, which is a 2S LiPo 1200 milliamp hour with the JST plug. That takes 2.5 hours to charge, and you get about 11-minute flight times. The LVC warning is next to non-existent. It happens like right at the last second, so not really much of a warning that the battery is about to die. This is our charger for the FPV monitor. And then we've also got a USB card reader, and it does come with the micro SD card, which I have in the camera here. And that is a 4 GB card. Go ahead and show that. And it plugs in with the metal facing the bottom here. And the camera has a slight downward angle, but not too bad. But you know, when you're trying to fly forward and it's angling down, your FPV is mostly looking at the ground. So not really an FPV racer or anything like that, even though it's sporty. So it's kind of a weird, I don't know, this weird hybrid of quads. You know, it's like an aerial video platform, yet it flies really sporty. So you kind of want to just fly it sporty, but you can't really fly FPV because the camera angle, and just kind of weird. But it does have this, you know, big anti-vibration mount. However, I have not looked at any onboard video yet, so I don't know if there's much jello in it or not. We'll have to see how that looks in the flight review. Let's check my notes, see if there's anything I missed. Nope, that looks like that covers it, so let's go take it out for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the WLtoys Q212 FPV altitude hold quad. Pretty neat looking thing. It's got this, you know, kind of racer Angry Birds canopy here, and it's got that sort of chrome look to it, so kind of neat looking design. And it does have 5.8 gigahertz FPV camera, but the camera's been giving me some problems. It keeps shutting off for some reason, and I've tried a couple different memory cards and it keeps doing it. So I'm going to start out with doing some aerial video just before the camera shuts off. So you can hold both sticks in or out to arm or disarm. So hold both sticks in, that'll arm it since this does have altitude hold. Okay, hit left bumper and go straight into doing some filming. I'm on low rates. This thing does get pretty sporty. Just want to get some sample footage in before the camera shuts off. Hopefully it films and lets me stop the filming before it powers off, and then we'll get into flying after that. I just wanted to kind of give some sample footage first. I don't want to push my luck for too long, so I'm gonna stop it here shortly. Get a little bit more. Alright, cool. So we got some footage before the camera shut down. So now I'm going to put it on 100% rates, bring it back down a little bit. Okay, let's get a good height set. So it does have altitude hold, so I'm not doing anything on the throttle. That's just it maintaining its altitude, and that seems to work pretty well. I do have a little bit of a breeze, so it's kind of getting pushed around. The sun is reflecting off of that chrome, kind of hurting my eyes sometimes, actually. I think, yeah, I don't think the yaw rate changes. If it does, it's just barely. It's a little bit slow on the yaw compared to, I mean, that's 100% pitch, so it's got some pretty good pitch. Kind of get a funnel going a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's weird trying to fly like that with altitude hold. Yeah, altitude hold was not having any of that. Yeah, it's really weird when you can't manage the throttle yourself quite right, and altitude hold's sort of fighting what you're doing with the throttle. It makes it hard to do stuff like funnels. So let's just go back to doing some sport flying, not funnels. It does fly pretty nice and sporty though. Gained quite a bit of height there into the wind. Yeah, this is sort of a weird one with sporty flight characteristics, FPV camera, altitude hold. They don't all seem to really go hand in hand with each other. I wish this one had optional altitude hold where you could just turn it on when you wanted to hold your height, and then otherwise the throttle worked like regular. That would make it easier to sport fly and FPV fly with it, and then when you wanted to turn it on, you could use that for aerial video. Man, it is awkward trying to sport fly with that height hold though. Forgot to do some flips. Right bumper to flip. Whoa, that was a weird one. There we go. Something went weird with one of them, but then it worked fine after that. Looks like the camera's still working. I had to restart this thing about 10 times before the flight review trying to get that camera to go, and it kept shutting off after a minute or so. But now it's actually stayed on for the entire flight, so who knows what was going on, but it seems to have worked itself out. Cool looking design though, like shiny chrome and sort of sporty Angry Bird sports car look or something. Kind of see how the height hold's working for a little bit, just let it kind of do its own thing. Seems to hold its height pretty well. It looks like it's dropping a little bit. Yeah, it's slowly dropping there. This is one of the earlier models that came out with height hold, so maybe not quite as good as some of the more recent ones, but it works. Alright, well I think I showed all there was to show, so let's bring her in for a landing. These height hold ones are a little bit awkward to land, but should be able to do it. And then both sticks out to the corners to disarm it, and there we go. Pretty neat, little sporty quad, or not little, it's actually pretty big. Sporty quad with the height hold and the FPV camera, and it's even got the vibration dampening system on it there. So kind of an interesting one, kind of like a jack of all trades. It's sporty, but also aerial video, so pretty interesting. Anyway, that's the WLtoys Q212. Check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.